Hi, this is Ashley Swartz, BTV. I'm here with SMG Source at CES, and I'm fortunate enough to be joined with Scott Hess of Sparks Communications. He's the SVP of Human Intelligence. Quite an impressive title. I love it.
It's an important title.
It is. Scott, nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well, Ashley.
So you just came off the show floor, and you're going to go back again, I know. Tell me a little bit about what you saw and what you thought.
I wish I wasn't going back in. The thing that's amazing to me is I came to CES 16 years ago, I think, the first time. And 16 years later, with everything that's going on, you still see a ton of TVs in there. I mean, everywhere you turn, if it's not a TV, it's a video display. I think one of the things that leaped out at me was just everything about interface, whether it's voice, whether it's gesture, but it's really a lot more about humans interacting in a physical way. As one of the presenters said to us, you always yelled at your TV. Now the TV actually understands what you're saying to it. And I think the idea that content, second screen, I mean, if you want to find a hackneyed term, second screen would be it. Dick Kossel at Twitter a couple years ago said, we're the second screen. Well, he's got a lot of competition now. Every single handset manufacturer is trying to figure out ways to plug in, whether it's digital fingerprinting of whatever the audio is, and then letting you shake the phone to interact with the programming, or being able to throw content. Everybody's got a different idea about how you with a gesture or a shake or a single click of a button, they're trying to show how easy it is to basically move any content from one screen to the next. There's a lot of things, too, in the gaming space in there where you used to have split-screen gaming, where with a set of glasses, you can actually have two players on the same screen, essentially looking at the same screen but having very different experiences of those screens. So
you have a focus on millennials. I know you're sort of an subject matter expert there, and I think the millennials are, they're doing a lot in sort of changing the paradigms as far as how we interact and we use technology to consume content. And so from being in a leadership position there, what are we learning about experience design and bringing brands into that?
I think one of the things that always blows me away is that the assumption is, since millennials are young and they're tech facile, that they like complexity. And it's the exact opposite. Even as I walk through today, they're trying, every single big tech company there's trying to figure out how to integrate the content in a simple way, but it's still complicated as hell. Millennials have grown up on the most simple interfaces, the most intuitive sort of programming or customization experiences, and if it's not simple, they'll reject it. So one of the things I thought was kind of cool is there are some older companies in there, like Polaroid is trying to come back. They've got a camera that is so simple. It's what you wanted out of a Polaroid. You take a picture and you get a picture out, but you're not constrained to the single picture that you took and one output. I can shoot 10, find the best one, and output it immediately off the camera. So they're delivering a moment of value in the simplest possible fashion. I think that's the kind of thing that this generation and the younger millennials will really respond to. They've got a tablet that's rock solid simple for $129, so that if you've got, everyone's going to have a tablet. You got a third of the millennial population with them in their hands now, but these at $129, and they're selling at Target and they're selling at Walmart. They're preloaded with a sort of parent-approved, kid-friendly browser. The overarching thing I would look for that the millennials respond to is simple. I used to call it the big easy. Google's a great example. It was the sort of linchpin of all this. You can access anything you want through Google. There's the big part. It's a way in. YouTube's another big, but the easy part is just as important. Endless depth of content. You have to have an interface that feels intuitive. Young people with the attention span that they have and the way that they've been spoiled have to be able to dive in easy.
So what does this all mean for brand content and how a brand rises above all this noise to actually reach an audience in a meaningful way?
Well, the interesting thing is that brands are learning how to leave space for consumers to co-create and extend stories. Storytelling hasn't changed as far as, you need to be able to deliver moments of value for an audience, but the technology now allows you to co-create with your consumers. That meant Doritos letting people make Super Bowl spots, and now it means Pepsi actually populating some of its ads at the Super Bowl this year with live pictures that have been generated, moments before via a Twitter promotion, I think. From a storytelling perspective, these guys have to think about how to use the technology not to wow consumers, because frankly, I mean, your eyes glaze over in there, but to really connect on a human level what they're trying to accomplish. If you're 12 years old, it's really hard to talk to girls, so you have to be able to deliver a story and a scenario that lets them do that through the technology. If you're 35 years old and you're trying to buy a new car, it's not about titillation or entertainment, it's about utility and how do you deliver that experience. So I think using the technology to create moments of value against the backdrop of a story is what's going to win with consumers now.
That's great. Thank you. I think actually you may get as many on a tour to talk to girls as you do to tour the floor of CES, so you might want to think about that next year.
I feel like the girl talking thing, I'm 20 years married, but I am in Vegas. Just wearing the headset, people think you're important. I'm looking forward to having the Britney Spears boom.
I hope the rhythm takes control, Scott. Okay. Have a great show. It's good talking to you. Thanks, guys.